back, and now we talk about the rough and tumble of election politics. Mr. Kamal Nath, you come from a state called Madhya Pradesh, Chhindwara, your stronghold for 8 elections now. You've never lost the seat except one by-election in 1996, I think. The question really is that Madhya Pradesh, despite all big wig leaders coming from there in the Congress party, Digvijay Singh, Jyotiraditya Scindia, Suresh Pachauri, Arjun Singh in the past, Ajay Singh now, all of these leaders coming from that one state, including yourself. Yet, for 10 years, we've seen Shivraj Singh forming the government over there, and there's been a crisis of sorts as far as the Congress is concerned in the multiplicity of the leadership. Is that going to be once again the battle for the Congress?
Well, there won't be an 11th year for Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Let me make it clear. We are united. There were. The BJP came in after 10 years of Congress rule, let's face it. And they said, give us a chance. People said, let's give them a chance. Now they've got a chance for 10 years. And I don't think they're going to get another chance. And all of us have now unitedly are coordinating with each other, are engaging with each other in the strategy, in the campaign.
You have been accompanying Rahul Gandhi to various rallies in Madhya Pradesh, and we've seen a more aggressive form of Rahul Gandhi post the ordinance controversy, if we can call it that.
Modi doesn't dictate how Rahul Gandhi would campaign. Be clear on that. Rahul Gandhi has its own views. He has his own thoughts. He has his own style. And nobody dictates it. So it's not that he's turned aggressive. I've seen him like this all throughout. It's not that he's changed since the last 3 weeks. It depends who you are addressing. It depends where you are. It depends what are the kind of people who are there. So it's nothing to do with his change of style. That's him.
Do you see the 2014 elections becoming a more presidential form of election, Rahul Gandhi versus Narendra Modi?
You know, I think the media seems to get it all wrong in this. Very, very urban-centric. Our country is a very complex country. Elections are very localized. We must understand this.
So you're saying neither is there a Rahul magic nor is there a Modi magic?
No, it depends what is the atmosphere you create for your party, in the perception of people. That's it. But at the end of the day, it's what is your organizational structure at a booth level, at a constituency level. Number 2, what are the issues in the constituency?
Mr. Kamal Nath, on a personal note, do you ever resent the fact that you came into the Cabinet Committee for Political Affairs fairly late into the
I don't resent anything. I'm not in the running. I do what I'm supposed to do, and I do it with honesty of purpose.
That was a very interesting chat that we had with you, Mr. Kamal Nath. We wish you all the very best for elections in Madhya Pradesh and of course the big ones in 2014, and we hope we'll travel to your district and travel to your constituency and see how Chhindwara is faring in the run-up to the 2014 elections. Thank you, Mr. Kamal. Interview done, I get the restless Kamal Nath to speak about his relationship with the 3 generations of Gandhis: Indira Gandhi, Sanjay Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, and now Rahul Gandhi. Mr. Kamal Nath, you're among the few leaders in the Congress who worked with generations and generations of the Gandhis. You started in the 70s and you worked with Indira Gandhi. You've got their photographs up on the wall here. You worked with Sanjay Gandhi. You even studied in Doon School with him. And it was said that when the Gandhis visited Doon School, they took 2 boys out for an outing. And Kamal Nath and Sanjay Gandhi were the do haath of Indira Gandhi. Do you remember those days, and what was your relationship with Sanjay Gandhi like?
Well, it's a long time ago. Sanjay was in school with me and we were friends. And that friendship drove me coming into politics. I'm a politician by default, not by design. And when we had the emergency at that time, I'd say I got driven into it.
Sanjay ke chokre, that was the word.
Yeah, I remember that when we came into Parliament in the 7th Lok Sabha, one of the very senior congressmen, very eminent congressmen, said, "Ye sab chokre aa gaye." And people thought that a young generation has come. That was a generational change which was taking place.
And when you lost Sanjay Gandhi and made the switch over and then started working with Rajiv Gandhi, how was that transition?
It was good, of course. It was a big, it was painful that Sanjay Gandhi had died. And Rajiv came into it. He was not at that time completely into it. He was getting into it. And Rajiv was far more softer than Sanjay. Both had a different style. Sanjay was an absolute doer, not that Rajiv wasn't, but Rajiv had a vision. He had a vision of India into the 21st century. And all this IT and all this what he created, the modernization of the railways, these were his visions. So Rajiv, with that vision, there were very few people who were thinking. They thought if computers come in, everybody will lose their jobs.
And then you worked with Sonia Gandhi, and now you're touring the hinterland with Rahul Gandhi. How's it been seeing another generational shift?
Well, everybody has a different way, but there's one common line. There's one common denominator amongst all of them, that their thought process and what they think in their hearts and in their minds. They are always thinking for the weaker sections. You got to make industry grow. You got to create jobs. But on the other hand, like take the food security bill. It was Mrs. Sonia Gandhi who was driving it, and she just wanted that if we got so much of food, why should anybody go to bed hungry?
So UPA 3 with Rahul Gandhi is a distinct possibility?
I think so. I hope so. I wish so.
That was Kamal Nath clearly pointing out that UPA 3 is what the leaders of his generation are looking at, and it's a natural transition from Sanjay Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, and now to Rahul Gandhi. He says he's a politician by default, but the crowds that line up at his home every single day don't think so, because their welcome to this 1 Tughlaq Road home of Kamal Nath is legendary, and he never lets them down and always meets them whenever he's in town. It's time for Madhya Pradesh elections, and there is a horde of people to meet Mr. Kamal Nath. After all, he's the strong man from Chhindwara, and this has always been, in any season, whether it's elections or not, open season as far as Kamal Nath's home is concerned. Members of his constituency, members of his state are always allowed to come in, and he meets with each one of them at a given time in any working day, however busy he may have been. His daily meetings done, it's time to work the phones from his home office and attending to the election agenda. This week, Kamal Nath and the man and the insight into his politics. Next week, we'll get you another interesting politician on The Real Politics.